So you run one stick now.
Yeah.
You run an aider on it. How do you wear your platform and your stick in? How does that pack? What does that look like for you?
Yeah. So, Trophyline has their Plateau pack. Are you familiar with it?
Yep.
That's the smallest pack I could find.
So you run a pack with it.
Yeah.
Dude, so I have a handful of buddies that absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So that's the same thing you run.
Yeah. The Plateau pack, I like it because my platform just sits against my back and I literally just reach back, I hold it, and I unclip it on one hand, and I unclip it on the other side, and I just pull it over the top.
So it's almost like a little H harness, isn't it?
Yeah. You can. Yeah, it is. It's like a turkey pack where it sits in the small of your back.
Yeah, we sell them. I should know this.
Yeah. Yeah. But they're great because they're the lightest pack I could find. Okay. So I made that work for me. It still does not work. There's way too much space in this bag, and I think too much space in a bag encourages me to bring stuff that I don't need, and I hate that. I want to, like, when I was on the team, right, my aid bag, there is no way that I was fitting more in this thing. It was as small as can humanly be. Like, if you're going to go into a house and this thing is going to be on your back, you're going to have to drop it to make space for your kit, yourself, your gun, all that stuff. So, and then you need to be able to respond once everything's over, and go grab that bag and treat someone. That bag carried only the exact essential things that I would need to get them stabilized and moved. Anything else was wasted space. But, you'd come across medics in the regular Army who are packing things out that were like for long-term care, and they didn't understand, like, no, this is a very specific scenario. I want to use it like this, and I'm only using it for this amount of time. And that is kind of my approach to the gear side of things and my packing. Like I said, like 10 pounds for a 3-day hike versus 20 to 25 pounds for a morning sit.
Right.
That's just, it doesn't jive.
Right. No. Yeah. I'm with you on that because it is very easy. Like I honestly don't like carrying a pack. I typically carry a pack whenever it gets cold so that I can put my layers my jacket in there. And that's the main purpose of it.
Yeah.
But my pack is also kind of noisy. It's a great little pack. It's a great little day, not even, it's like I would say like a half day pack. Maybe by Mystery Ranch. I can't remember what it is, but it's loud. The material's loud is the biggest issue with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so does your stick go underneath the Plateau pack?
Yeah, it does. So I take it off to get that off at the base of the tree, and that's too much noise for me. That's one thing I really don't like about it.
So what's your solution to that? And what do you carry in normally in the bag itself? Because I find myself, like, I've got just a pouch on my right side that barely has, I carry chem lights in it for like blood trailing at night because it's way easier for me to see that.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, because.
That's a good idea.
Well, I'll tell you why.
You get the mini ones?
Oh, I didn't know that. That's a really.
Oh, they're really mini too.
That was way better. Yeah. I've got boxes that I had my buddy.
Yeah.
He's a ranger or
acquire
was a ranger.
them.
Yeah, he got me a bunch, man. He's like, here you go. I was like,
I wonder where those came from.
Yeah, this is fantastic because I had a problem. So this goes back to headlamps. All right, so I'll tell this story. So I had a headlamp. It was a rechargeable headlamp. The damn thing died on me, and I shot a good buck, and I was trying to find this deer.
Yeah.
So I'm out there with a cell phone, with a light, trying to blood trail this thing.
Yeah.
Absolute nightmare. And what would happen is I would get turned around because one, I didn't have good light, and I would go back to my starting point and I would use either toilet paper or I would use my arrow and mark my last spot I had blood, but I couldn't see it in the dark.
Yeah,
So I would take a chem light and drop chem light where I would see blood every so far so that it's easy for me to go back and backtrack, right?
I can't believe I didn't think of that. That's a genius idea.
Well, it actually works.
Yeah.
I think it works really good. It might be dumb to some people, but it made it easier for me to visually identify where my last blood was so that whenever I was continuing to move forward in the dark, I could see the trail or the direction that I was going so it made sense to me. That's why I did it. And it worked good so far, but the little chem light's a great idea as well.
Yeah, because they're like the same circumference as like a glow-in-the-dark necklace that kids would wear, but they're only like 2 inches long.
So they take up no space.
Perfect, and you could carry 50 of them and a little rubber band around them. Yeah,
like breadcrumbs.
Yeah, exactly, buddy. Like Skittles. Yep. Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, that's interesting because everyone like blood trailing. Everyone says to carry toilet paper, but I'm like, I can't see that at night.
Yeah, see, this is why I love other guys with extreme mindsets because they do stuff because they plan and focus on inside of a vacuum, they have the blinders on and they're just focusing on what works for them. Mm-hmm. And then when you end up getting together and talking about it, you really see something that is like, oh wow, that's a terrific idea.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I incorporate that immediately.
And I do go and pick them up afterwards, just so you know. I don't leave them. We don't leave them in the woods. I don't, which is the great thing about toilet paper, right? Yeah. Because it breaks down, it goes away. So like whenever you drop 3 to 5 chem lights, they're easy to identify. So when you're working your way back out, you can go back and grab them up, throw them in your pack, and take them out. So I don't leave them in the woods, everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not polluting
It's
the
environment. Good call.
Yeah.
Good conservation.
That's it, man. I figured I would just put that out there because somebody would be like, oh, you're leaving those in the woods. No, I'm not, man. I promise. Yeah. But, you know, that goes back to what we were talking about, like minimalist approach and stuff. But looking at some different ways of approaching things. But so in your pack, so that is a lot of space. I mean, it's not a lot of space, but it's a lot of space in the way that we think about things. Mm-hmm. What else do you carry in it?
I carry a limb saw.
Oh,
a small limb saw.
I need to get one of those.
Well, I do public, so I very often, I definitely don't cut trees on public land, but you know, I actually use that limb saw to cut the pelvis of deer when I'm dressing them, because you can actually use a limb saw for that. So it's
cuts right through.
Dual purpose, right? Yeah, something that you can do that most people don't actually know about. It cuts right through that bone, no problem. And then I'll carry a set of hand warmers, just one, and then my grunt if I'm just walking in. But usually, like I told you, like I usually keep that thing around my neck. When I'm walking out, I'll throw it in the bag. And then I keep some emergency 550 cordage. Dude,
so to the 550 cord thing, like that is one thing that I feel like I use more than anything.
Yeah.
Is because instead of cutting branches out of the way, you can pull, like you can rig it up and pull things and build cover.
Exactly.
Versus cutting them and then you're just exposed. Because that's what I did in Kentucky is I would wrap it around and I would pull this branch and it kind of created a little bit more cover for me without cutting it down.
Yeah.
It just worked well for that way, and then I didn't have to cut anything either.
Yeah, it's smart too. You could take a fishing weight and put it on the end of that and just kind of whip it over and grab a branch that's a little further out of reach too.
That's really smart. I was leaning, you know, risking my life trying to get around this tree to tie it off and whatnot.
Thank goodness for tethers.
That's, dude, you ain't lying, man. You ain't lying. So you keep that in there. What else?
Really, that's it.
So it's a lot of empty space.
Way too much space. And an extra like a rechargeable battery pack.
Okay.
That's the only other thing. Just because I still use the GPS. Like I'm not using hard maps or anything. I'm using my GPS. So
what GPS do you use?
I just use Onyx.
Okay, use Onyx. Okay, that's what I use as well.
And plus, it gives you that like directional feature, like we were talking about, for guys to navigate into their stand a little easier.